What's up, Toy Fam? And welcome back to another Throwback Thursday here on your Totally Cool channel. I'm Big Joe, taking you to another toy adventure with, if you guessed it, with a haircut, with a G.I. Joes. Yes, we are going back to G.I. Joes after a few Thundercats unboxings, and that's how things are going to be for Throwback Thursday from now on. And it's going to be a mix of the Thundercats, going to be some G.I. Joes, and maybe some others from the 1980s, 1990s. And I think I just found out from my supplier that the Loyal Subjects mask re-release is on its way. So hopefully we'll get that for you soon. But for this episode, we are going back to G.I. Joe's, the G.I. Joe Classified Series, the 6-inch toy line with none other than the Iron Grenadier B.A.T. Now this is the first B.A.T that we are unboxing, and this is the last or the latest B.A.T to be produced. I think this is a robot, android trooper or something, created by Destro and Dr. Mindbender, if I'm not mistaken. But this is a very, very cool colorway. Now we have in our collection about 4 different B.A.Ts. This one, the original one, we have the Arctic B.A.T, and there's another one which I can't recall. It's somewhere here. If you can find it, you know, I'll give you a prize. If you can, it's probably behind me. But let's get right down to this specific episode's topic, which is the Iron Grenadier B.A.T. And the Iron Grenadier B.A.T is a very special colorway. We even featured a specific Iron Grenadier figure with Metalhead a few episodes ago, if you want to go back to that. So let's get right down to it. Let's look at this figure and let's dive deep. So it's gone back to the plastic windows. You've seen a mix of plastic windows, the environment friendly ones, but this one is going back to the old boxes. And now you can see that this is a very different B.A.T. It's got the black, but it's got more gold. Let's look at the left side as usual. Now this one, the left side before was full box, but this one's got a window, and then you've got the QR code on the bottom. Okay, on the right side, you have the menacing B.A.T. On the right. You've got his, I think it's got his claw hand or something. It's got a claw hand. Let me see. Yeah, it's got a claw hand. It's got a claw hand. And let's look at the back. Let's look at the back. Back. What the heck is happening? Look at the back. You've got the B.A.T, and you've got some of his weapons. And that's just about the box. You didn't come here for that. Let's open him up and see what's inside. What is wrong, man? That's what happens when you don't rehearse things. Everything is just off the cuff. Everything is so random and so spontaneous, because that's how we like to do our toy reviews. By the way, as you have probably noticed if you're one of our loyal subscribers, all of these reviews are done on probably 1 take or maybe 2 takes, but everything is so fresh. I see it as you see it, which is how we like to do it. All right, let's take it out of the box. Ooh, that's got a nice Cobra logo at the back, right over there. It's got probably good for a diorama sometime. Let's see if we can pull it out and see how that looks. You see, the box is not just a box. It's not just packaging. Sometimes it's an accent. Okay, it's got a nice accent to it. Yeah. Probably put all of these side by side and make a diorama out of it. Put that aside for now. Let's look at this big guy. Ooh, that's heavy. We've already been made familiar with how the G.I. Joe classified material is so distinct, because it's kind of plastic, but it's kind of rubber also. But you see a lot of good things, and this one's got a lot of weight to it. Okay, let's get to the details. You've got the figure, and then you've got the alternate head on the right side, and then you've got the gold plated. I don't know what's with the gold plate. Probably the Prophet Destro. Gold plate. Yeah, that's gonna work. if he's in front of the Prophet Director Destro, which we unboxed a few episodes ago. So you got the gold-plated pistol, you've got the gold-plated blowtorch or flamethrower, which was a very distinct weapon from the Bat when it first came out, and then you've got the claw hand. This has got another attachment that is so fun. You've got the chainsaw, okay? You've got the chainsaw attached to the arm or to the hand, and then you've got the regular backpack, okay? Or accessories kit or, you know, attachment kit. And then you've got this, I don't know what this is, but it attaches to the robotic hand. And then you've got another cool accent is that you've got two panels here to cover the chest piece, which is a clear plastic, which is undamaged, and you've got the battle damaged plastic or glass covering. So let's get right down to it and take him out. Okay, wow, this is hefty. Ooh, okay, so this is not the original bat head, or bat head, yeah, bat face, because we didn't know it had a face like this until later when it got damaged. But what we grew up with is this. The traditional bat, right there. Okay? Put a picture of that somewhere here, and then you've got this. Let's take the backpack out. Okay, the backpack is pretty straightforward. It's got a peg. It sticks into the hole right here. There we go. There we go. Okay. And let's take these weapons out one at a time. You've got the pistol. You've got the pistol. You got the flamethrower. You've got the claw hand. You've got the chainsaw. I think this is some kind of a blaster or a hose or something. Okay. Now, the fun thing about this backpack is that it's got, let me take it out. It's got holes here that you can put the attachments in. Okay. Attachments have a peg. Stick this in. Stick this in. Now you can only put 3, okay? Because the other one's supposed to be in his hand. Now there's one where you could hang it from. I think this is for the chainsaw, right here. Nice. So that's his backpack, and you stick it on his back. So he's got his own armory on his back. Okay. There we go. And then you've got the holster already attached to the figure for the pistol. There we go. Nice. So this hand kind of reminds me of Terminator, the T-1000, played by Arnold Schwarzenegger back in the day. I'll be back. Yep. But it detaches quickly. You can just put this in, like so. See, oops. Wasn't supposed to do that. Bend the elbow. There we go. There we go. Ooh, that's cool. That was a quick transition. There we go. Ooh-wee. Don't you just find it fun? Now, let's not forget about these chest pieces, which are nice accents to have. There's 2 of them, as I mentioned. One is the battle damaged. So if it's like he got hit or something, there we go. Just slide it on and then plop it in. Oops. That's too much battle damage. There we go. Just nice and easy. You're supposed to hear it snap. Why wouldn't you snap? There we go. Okay. Okay. So there. It's battle damaged. And it's still fighting. The thing about the bats, and one thing very iconic about when the bats were introduced, in the GI Joe series was that they were near indestructible. It was like they gave Duke and the rest of the GI Joes a lot of headache, because even though they were shot at, they could still stand up and keep fighting and keep attacking. Unlike, when the dreadnoughts or something get their vehicles blown out, Cobra Commander will automatically go back to his default, which is to call for a retreat. But the bats did not know fear. They did not know um, uh, defeat. So they were nearly indestructible. They really gave Duke and Roadblock and the rest of the other guys a big headache when they were first introduced, but eventually they were able to find a way around destroying them by hitting the center chest piece. Okay, so that is the history of the Bat, and that's a pretty cool look into the Bat. This is the Iron Grenadier Bat, which is known for its its black, gold, and red colorway. You've got a lot of black as the base, and then you've got the gold, and then you've got a touch of the red. Now on the left arm you will see a patch, or a unit patch that says Iron Grenadier. I'll put that somewhere here. Very distinct color, very unique, very eye-popping, very eye-catching. All right, especially the boots. I mean, they didn't have to put too many details on the boot like this, but they did, which is a very, very cool thing to do. You got touches of red, touches of gold, and touches of black, which breaks the monotony, and it really complements the whole color. Now, let's do a toy review. Oh, by the way, this is one figure that I wouldn't care if it had pins, because it was supposed to be a robot. Okay, whether pins or joints, it was okay, it was acceptable, but still, they made the pin on the joint look like it was part of the whole robotic arm, and there's no joint, or there's no pin on the knee joint. Pretty cool, pretty nice. I don't know why it still wears a uniform though. I don't know why robots need to wear uniforms, but then, I'm not the guy who created the G.I. Joe universe. I'm just here to appreciate the universe that he created. So that's how we see this guy. I love the way this hand really looks. So let's do a toy review. First impression, again, the Iron Grenadier series or run was in one batch. Basically, when that wave came out, you could collect all of these Iron Grenadiers together. You got Metalhead, you've got Iron Grenadier B.A.T, you've got the number 134, which is the Iron Grenadier, like a Crimson Guard or something. So they were almost in the same wave, and it was easy to collect them, but it would have been nice to kind of whet the appetite, so to speak, by releasing an Iron Grenadier here, then another wave, just to keep the collector's blood flowing. But that's, Hasbro's strategy. First impression is pretty cool. It's, like, again, a very distinct way to present the Bat. Put him together with Prophet Director Destro, and you've got a complete set. Playability, again, wonderful. With the backpack, it's compact, everything's there. You've got the battle damage chest piece that could be replaced with one that's cool. Playability for the Bats and for the other troopers is more of how it works well as a army builder. And as an army builder, you've got so many different weapons, you've got so many different looks, you've got two different heads, and you've got two different chest pieces that you can basically have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, probably about 15 different Bats that have different configurations. Like, one's got the head, one's got this head, and 4 different weapons. Okay, and then you add a chest piece to the whole permutation, and you've got an army. So pretty cool. It plays well into the army builder look. Shelf appeal, I think it's awesome. I think it's a cool figure to add on your shelf, and it's really nice to have on an army builder level. You got the Iron Grenadier, you got the Bat, you've got the Prophet Director Destro, you got Metalhead. they work well together. So the shelf appeal, they can actually have their own shelf. Okay. Price point, this was a very, very, very practically priced piece. Not because it had so many knickknacks that came with it was made it expensive. It was practical. It was pretty much the same. It was the same as any regular size Joe. All right. So it's a good collector piece. Okay, that's the toy review. Let's do a final toy review for the Iron Grenadier B.A.T. And is he not cool? Is he cool? Is he totally cool? What do you think? Let me know in the comments box in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I think he's cool. I was almost gonna say totally cool because of these attachments, but probably because I just love the original B.A.T more than this guy. I've never seen him when I was watching G.I. Joes. This was really digging deep into the whole G.I. Joe universe. But the fact that he's a B.A.T, he's got his weapons all in one place. Very, very cool figure. So that's the end of this toy review, and thank you for watching us until the end. Hope to see you on our next episodes. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and that bell button. That bell button. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram as well. This is Big Joe reminding you, Toy Fam, toys are not just cool. They're totally cool. So happy collecting. Bye-bye.